Hello friends, welcome back. Hearty welcome to you. We are going through linear inequations, and in this session we will look into linear inequations where modulus function is involved. So before proceeding with the problem, let's try to recap what a modulus function do. So modulus function, let us say mod of x, that returns x if x is greater than or equal to 0, that means if x is positive, and mod of x returns minus of x if x is less than 0. So modulus of function always gives the positive value. Okay, now with that, let's try to proceed with this problem. We can now see that there are two scenarios involving here. Now my x value here is nothing but equal to x plus 1 by 3. So this is for x plus 1 by 3 greater than or equal to 0, and this is the solution for x plus 1 by 3 less than 0. So we have two scenarios. I'll write them down. The first scenario is x plus 1 by 3 greater than or equal to 0, and the second scenario is x plus 1 by 3 less than 0. Now let us take the first scenario. X plus 1 by 3 is greater than 0, so it is positive. So mod of x plus 1 by 3 will be nothing but equal to x plus 1 by 3 only. So the linear inequation will be x plus 1 by 3 greater than 8 by 3. That gives you x greater than 8 by 3 minus 1 by 3. That gives us x greater than 7 by 3. Now what is the meaning of x greater than 7 by 3? The meaning of x greater than 7 by 3 is the values can range from 7 by 3 excluding the boundary, and end limit is not there, so it is nothing but infinity. But we can check here. So we are only looking at the values. X plus 1 by 3 is greater than or equal to 0. Now what is the meaning of x plus 1 by 3 is greater than or equal to 0 is nothing but x greater than or equal to minus 1 by 3. So x should be greater than or equal to minus 1 by 3, and this set is satisfying that. So 7 by 3 comma infinity is the solution of this particular set. So 7 by 3, that is nothing but somewhere here, let us say 7 by 3. This is the value and this is infinity. So 7 by 3 comma infinity is the solution I obtained if I have taken only x plus 1 by 3 greater than or equal to 0. Now let's look at the second scenario. X plus 1 by 3 less than 0 tells me that x less than minus 1 by 3. That means somewhere here let us say there is minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3. So from here x less than minus 1 by 3, all those values you are checking into. Okay. Similarly, earlier you have checked for where x greater than or equal to minus 1 by 3, and the values you got are between 7 by 3 and infinity. Now what happens now? The mod function will return minus of x. That means minus of x plus 1 by 3 is greater than 8 by 3, or x plus 1 by 3 is less than minus 8 by 3. Whenever you multiply by minus, the sign will change. This is nothing but x less than minus 8 by 3 minus 1 by 3. That is nothing but x less than 3. So x value should be less than minus 3. So x less than minus 3. But what is the values we are looking from? X less than minus 1 by 3, and minus 3 is somewhere here. So we are okay, good to go. Less than minus 3 means it should start from minus infinity and it should go to minus 3. So minus infinity to, this is minus actually, minus infinity to minus 3. So the solution of this linear inequation will be plus addition of 1 plus 2, because both the scenarios you have to consider. So the solution will be if you take the negative values, it will be minus infinity minus 3 union 7 by 3 comma infinity. Let me just summarize how we have done this. Now we see that x plus 1 by 3 mod function on it is greater than 8 by 3. We know that mod function returns x, mod of x returns x if x is greater than or equal to 0, returns minus x if x is less than 0. Now x is nothing but x plus 1 by 3. If x plus 1 by 3 is greater than or equal to 0, then this returns x plus 1 by 3 only. Based on that, we got 7 by 3 comma infinity. And the values we are looking at is x greater than or equal to minus 1 by 3, but we have 7 by 3 to infinity, which is actually in the same range. Now, if x plus 1 by 3 is less than 0 or x less than minus 1 by 3, the mod function will return minus of the value. So it will become minus of x plus 1 by 3 greater than 8 by 3. If you simplify, you will get x greater than x less than minus 3. Now x less than minus 3 means minus infinity to minus 3. Now these two I have to add because both the scenarios I have to consider. So my solution will be minus infinity to minus 3 union 7 by 3 to infinity, boundaries excluded. Let us do one more problem using the same modulus function approach. Let us look at this problem. Mod of 4 minus x plus 1 less than 3. So there are two scenarios existing. The first scenario will be where mod of 4 minus x, that means 4 minus x, 4 minus greater than or equal to 0. Another one will be 4 minus x less than 0. Now let us see what is the meaning of 4 minus x greater than or equal to 0. That's nothing but x minus 4 less than or equal to 0. Because I have multiplied with minus, the sign will change. So x less than or equal to 4. Now let us look at the solution for this. How the solution looks. So mod of 4 minus x will return 4 minus x, because 4 minus x we have assumed that it is greater than or equal to 0. So I will have 4 minus x plus 1 less than 3, or I can say minus x less than 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 will go to that side, will become minus x less than minus 2 or x greater than 2. X should be greater than or equal to 2, and also x should be less than or equal to 4. This is the condition we have, because we are only considering these values. X is greater than 2, x is less than or equal to 4. So how it looks like? Let's draw it. Let us say this is 2 and this is 4. X greater than 2. So x is greater than 2. Oops, we are actually doing it in the negative. Let me write it on the other side. Just 1 minute. This is 2 and let us say this is 4. Okay. X greater than 2. So greater than 2 and less than or equal to 4. So that one will be closed completely. And what is your solution range here? Between this one. So that is 2. What is the solution here? 2 comma 4 included. 2 excluded, 4 included. Now let's go to the next one. So we are looking at the values when 4 minus x is less than 0. 4 minus x is less than 0 tells me x minus 4 greater than 0. That's nothing but equal to x greater than 4. Now how the inequation will become now? The inequation will become minus of 4 minus x, because 4 minus x is less than 0. It will return minus of 4 minus x plus 1 less than 3. That is minus 4 plus x plus 1 less than 3. That is x minus 3 is less than 3, or it gives me x less than 6. So now here what is the starting point? X greater than 4. So all the values we are considering for x greater than 4, but our solution says that x should be less than 6. So I'll be greater than 4, that means I'll start from here 4, and let us say this is 6, so that I can say this is 4 and this is 6. X greater than 4, x less than 6, that is the solution I have. Now I have to consider both the solutions. I have to consider both the solutions. So what will be the combination of both? This is nothing but equal to 4 comma 6. So this is 2 comma 4, this is comma 4 comma 6. So if I 2 comma 4 union 2 comma 4 union 4 comma 6 is the solution. That's nothing but 2 comma 6 in curved brackets, that means boundaries not included. So that is the solution of the second one. So what we have done? What we have done is, we know that modulus function returns 4 minus x, returns the positive value, returns the value as it is if 4 minus x is greater than or equal to 0, returns minus of 4 minus x if 4 minus x is less than 0. We have considered both the cases. In both the cases we have our constraints and we have solved it, we found the values. So according to the constraints, we have x greater than or 2, but we know that x should be less than or equal to 4. So it is between 2 and 4. Similarly, here x is less than 6, but x should be greater than 4. So you add them, both of them, because modulus function, two scenarios you are considering, you have to add them up. So your answer will be 2 comma 6. Let us do one more. Let us look at this interesting problem. This is really interesting problem. We have 1 by mod of x minus 3 less than 1 by 2. So we just have mod of x. We know that returns x if x is greater than or equal to 0, returns minus of x if x is less than or equal to 0. So we have two scenarios now. First scenario is x is greater than or equal to 0, and the second scenario is x is less than 0. So let us try to solve this. So first I will have now 1 by mod of x will be x only because x is greater than or equal to 0. So I'll have 1 by x minus 3 less than 1 by 2, or 1 by x minus 3 minus 1 by 2 less than 0. If I simplify that, I will have 2 into x minus 3, and I will have 2 minus x plus 3 less than 0. That is nothing but 5 minus x by 2 into x minus 3 less than 0, which I can again take it forward and say x minus 5 by 2 into x minus 3 greater than 0, or I can also say x minus 5 divided by x minus 3 divided by x minus 3 is greater than 0. Because when you are multiplying by 2, it's already positive, it will become positive. So our solution should be x minus 5 by x minus 3. Now how to solve this we know. We have to say which values will make numerator and denominator equal to 0. X equal to 5 and x equal to 3. How I got it? X minus 5 equal to 0. X minus 5 equal to 0 gives you x equal to 5. Similarly, x minus 3 equal to 0 gives you x equal to 3. So 5 and 3 are our crucial points. So let's go there and we will plot 3 and 5. So these are the points 3 comma 5. Now if I substitute x equal to 0, it will become 5 by 3 greater than 0. That means wherever the 0 is there, that is the solution. Wherever 0 is there, that part is part of the solution. That means my solution will be starting from minus infinity to 3, again 5 to infinity. This should be my solution, but we see that x is greater than or equal to 0. That means we have to consider only from 0 onwards. So greater than or equal to 0. So I should have starting from 0 only. So for this, the solution will be, ideal solution will be what we know. The first solution what we got is minus infinity. I'll write it down here. The solution we got is minus infinity comma 3 union 5 comma infinity. That will be our solution, but I cannot have minus infinity because I should be greater than or equal to 0. So this becomes a 0 and we will have square bracket. So this is nothing but our solution. So our solution is 0 0 to 3, 0 to 3 and 5 to infinity. That is the solution from the first part. If I have taken x is positive, that means x is greater than or equal to 0. If I do that, the solution is nothing but 0, 3, 5 comma infinity. If you solve this like how we did in the last session, you will see that the solution is nothing. This is of the form ax plus b by cx plus d, right? We have seen that in the last session. Now the solution will be actually minus infinity to 3 and 5 to infinity, but we are only considering the values x is greater than or equal to 0. So minus infinity will become 0 and 0 will become included. So 0 to 3 and 5 to infinity. Now let's look at the second case. The second case is x less than 0. So in this case it will become 1 by mod of x will return minus x minus 3 less than 1 by 2. So it becomes like minus of 1 by x plus 3 less than 1 by 2, or if you bring it to this side, you will have minus of 1 by x plus 3 minus 1 by 2 less than 0. That is nothing but minus of, you will have 2 plus 3 plus x, that is x plus 5 by 2 into x plus 3 less than 0. Now that is nothing but equal to x plus 5 by x plus 3 into 2 greater than 0. If by 2 you are dividing by 2 and getting greater than 0, multiply it by 2 also, you should get 0. So that is nothing but x plus 5 by x plus 3 greater than 0. Now for this, the solutions we have to check. Now what are the values we have? X plus 5 equal to 0, that is minus 5 and minus 3. These are critical points. So let's go there and put down minus 3 and minus 5. So let us say this is minus 3 and this is the values minus 5. Okay. Now if I take x equal to 0, I have 5 by 3 greater than 0. That means my solution should be starting from minus infinity, should go all the way up to minus 5, then again should start from minus 3 and should go to infinity. But what happens now is we are only looking at the values x less than 0. That means I cannot go till infinity, I have to stop at 0. So this will be the solution, minus 3 to 0 here, and this is another solution, minus infinity to minus 5. Hope you are clear with that. If you solve it like how we solve it in the last class, you will be getting minus infinity to minus 5 and minus 3 to infinity. But the condition is we should check only the values x less than 0. Now if you club all these together, solutions together, what solution you will get? Let us have a look at it. First I will have minus infinity to minus 5 if I start from here. So I will write minus infinity to minus 5, that is the solution. Then I have minus 3 to 0 and 0 to 3. That means can I say it as union minus 3 to 3. Then I have another union and I have values from 5 to infinity. So the solution of this linear inequation is minus infinity to minus 5 union minus 3 to 3, union 5 to infinity. Let me just summarize it how we have done it. Now this problem is like the problem what we have done in the last session, ax plus b by cx plus d compared to n. Now you get it in the form ax plus b by cx plus d greater than or less than or equal, greater than or less than 0, one of that sign comparison operator. Now you see that x minus 5 by x minus 3 greater than 0, your solution should be minus infinity to minus 5, minus infinity to, actually you should have 3, then you should have 5 to infinity, but we have to consider the values only greater than or equal to 0. So I will have, instead of minus infinity, I will have 0 and it is included. So I will have 0 to 3, 5 to infinity. Now coming to the next one, where x is less than 0, mod of x will return minus x, and if you solve it, your solution will be minus infinity to minus 5, and union is minus 3 to infinity, but I cannot go beyond 0, so I should stop at 0. So the solution will be minus infinity to minus 5, union minus 3 to 0. Now these are two scenarios, so when you club them, you will have minus infinity to minus 5 and minus 3 to 3, because there is a continuity you can see here. So this becomes minus 3 to 3 interval, then you will have 5 to infinity. So that's about the problems which are related to modulus functions as part of linear inequations. That's also almost like solving system of linear equations, because from one equation you can get two different equations, two different I should say not equations, two different inequations. From one inequation you can see two different inequations, and you solve for them taking into consideration these constraints, that what are the values of x. Based on that, if you add them, you will be getting your answers. Thanks for visiting. Thanks again. See you in the next session. In the next session, we will look into some practical problems related to linear inequations in one variable. After that, we will move towards linear inequations in two variables. Thanks again. Bye for now.